Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?
Deb, we're in the middle of a recording session, so every fucking thing you say is going down on tape.
Oh, right, like you guys ever care about that crap?
Okay, stop recording.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?
Welcome to Is It the Shoes? I am Patrick.
And Andrew.
And today, guys, of course, we have another phenomenal episode, as we always do. And if you remember from the last episode, we had Andrew driving. He was out there on his adventures that we're so fond of, and we're really...
I drank a ton of Flint water, and I'm back to tell you about it.
he survived. He might be wearing a longer camo jacket now, but it's fine. It's fine. That comes with the territory. At least the water didn't infiltrate you more than that.
No, yeah. As far as I know, I mean, there might be some internal, damage we can't see. But as far as I know, still
Yes.
functioning pretty good. I didn't go blind or anything. Like, then you'd know right away. Like, oops, I'm blind.
Yeah. Oops, I'm blind. Well,
Oops, I'm
let's continue living, I guess.
not again.
There is no fixing that. Maybe more Flint water that would counteract it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Fire with fire.
There you go. So, we're back here. We're back on the video version. We got video going in the sense that last time the video wasn't going to work so well because you can't drive with your dome light on. That is a rule.
No, yes, it was pretty brutal. Yeah, I don't think it must have been fun for editing for you. You could do like stick figure faces. So. Hey.
Yeah, just put
emojis, just straight.
We'll animate it. But it was interesting nonetheless because, people got to kind of travel with you. I mean, I was certainly traveling with you, and I think they were as well.
It was nice. It was very like holistic. It's very,
exactly. And this is definitely a part of the show. It is called Andrew's Adventures. And we're going to dive into it again right now because we got to know, outside of just being involved where the Flint water is, did anything crazy happen to you there? How's the arm doing? Do you still got it?
Yeah. Still got it. Like, let's actually, it's time to change my bandage. Woo! I'll let you guys get in on that with me. Right? If I can find some triple antibiotic. Ow! Ooh, these little hairs. Oh, might want to do this in the shower, but we're gonna do it now. Fuck it.
Okay, so
doing it live. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh. Woo. Okay.
Right now, live on the show, Andrew is changing his Band-Aids to his wounds.
Oops,
Mother Nature is a beast.
Mother Nature does not fuck around, ladies and gentlemen. And when the spider is sent to bite you, let's see. Where's the camera at? Right there.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. Let's see. Move.
That's pretty deep, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty grody.
You got a crevasse.
There it
in
is.
your
Yeah.
Flesh. A fleshy crevasse.
Yeah, like I figured, like I could put stuff in there, like someday, like it'll be like a little bank for Mila's college fund. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh God, that is special.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Oh, it was a especially good time going to the walk-in day after day, getting shots in my ass.
Yeah, certainly. Wound of the month.
Wound of the month, boys and girls. Oh, that feels good.
There's some air to it. Let it breathe.
Yeah, we'll let it breathe a little bit. Then we'll put some triple antibiotic on it, wrap it back up. Thanks for coming out.
So yeah, how did what'd you spend? It was like another 3-day adventure, and you were in Flint for most of this time.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you,
What?
did you avoid the water as much as possible on purpose, or did you not even really?
No, actually, I went the opposite way with it, and I tried to drink as much as possible of it. Like I was just like, you know what? Like because I thought about it, and I was like, all right, these dudes in Flint, they've been drinking this water their entire lives, and they're pretty, like it's pretty grimy, like
Yeah.
it's pretty, not necessarily. I don't know where I was anyway. It was kind of like Hood Rat Central. So I was like, you know what? Like you just gotta, if you can't beat them, join them. That's what I
Exactly.
thought. Like let's get those antibodies started now.
Yep. I'm sure that's
Eventually, water's going to be like that everywhere.
yeah.
It's going to be like, give it enough time, society's going to collapse, and we'll all be drinking Flint water.
They'll be thankful that they started early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They already got the immunities built up to it.
Yep. And they
Proud of
got
'em.
those immunities to save them from the.
That was smart. People thought it was just like cheap with their, infrastructure. Their civil workers were probably like, shorting them out. But no, they was helping them out.
Yeah.
It was teamwork. It was like kumbaya.
It would be a funny journey if you ended up like, hey man, I'm just gonna keep going back to Flint just so that way I can drink the water.
Yes, it's the only water I drink now. Any other water makes me sick.
Yeah. All right, so the adventures continue. I did end up making a video editing portion for you.
Thank you. Yeah, doing that.
I tried to send it to you, but I don't know. For some reason, it just acts ridiculous. It's like, oh, we can't send a minute-long video. I'm like, fuck it. So I'll just, I don't know, end up showing you somehow. But either way.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know. Was it earlier? When was he trying to send it?
Yeah, it was probably yesterday.
Oh.
Today, but still, the point is, the video montage that I have created is 100% the perspective that I have when it comes to your adventures.
Nice.
And it really just, it tells the story in a few seconds with the music and like I said, the montage of wilderness. And I feel like, yeah, that's exactly what it's Andrew versus Mother Nature in all senses of the terms. But
like the universe. Like not really. Like the universe got my back, I think, because karma looks out for me. People that do me wrong end up getting like fucked over down the line. So it's kind of cool. Still, it sucks because I get fucked over. But
it's a yin and yang type of situation.
Nice, somebody's got my back. Thanks, universe.
Air 5.
Right, Air 5 for giving my expertise. Good job. You got it.
So, I was thinking about, actually, speaking of Air 5, dude, I played in a lot of metal bands as a kid and growing up in my teens. And back when we started doing music, one of the things that you would do specifically for when you played the songs live is you would have a portion of the song where you everybody just stops. Like you could be just dun 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 and just stop. Everybody pauses, right? And you would say something right there. And it was a Christian metal band, and I was the vocalist, and I'm not Christian, so I had to pretend. And in this pretending, I had to write like PG-13 lyrics. I couldn't write anything aggressive. So for that small portion of time in one of our songs where we didn't say anything, I came up with. We actually said Air 5. We just Air 5, dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bro, it was so sick because
Jesus is giving you. He's on the other end giving you a high five. That's what's
exactly.
Going on. Me and JC,
exactly.
Baby.
It's like it's so positive, but also super fucking heavy. So it worked out. And the other idea was that we would end up getting the audience into it. So when they knew that part was coming, we go Air 5, and we'd Air 5 the crowd.
Oh, nice.
Of course, we never played a show big enough for that. It happened at the show we did play, but we never went on further. We ended up kicking the drummer out right after that. But how crazy. I said the Air 5 thing, and that's kind of where the memory comes from. But speaking of being a kid, you remember school, right, to a certain degree?
I was never a child. I was hatched, actually.
That's awesome.
No, go ahead.
So as a kid, you probably remember some games that we used to play when we were kids that
Red Rover.
Yeah, such as that. And they've came and went, where it's like kids do not play together to this extent for them to go and play these games, such as Foursquare or
nice.
Capture the Flag.
Dodgeball.
Yes,
Ooh,
that is my
kickball.
last one. freeze
Kickball.
tag.
Freeze
I'll,
tag.
I'll tell you the reason that like capture the flag. When you would play it during school, you would always be able to tell who really gave a shit,
Oh
because
yeah.
even the top tier athlete that's playing capture the flag is on the same exact level as a kid who just happens to be really good at school, but also what really wants to win. He's competitive
Yes.
because there's no real skill to it in a sense.
More heart. than
Yeah, you
anything,
just gotta
right? Yeah.
fucking go for it because you
Yeah.
gotta get your friends out of the jail behind there where the flag is essentially, right? And
Ah.
remember, you have to link arms and then you get to walk back
If
across.
only it was that easy to do.
Yeah,
You
it
know, when
was
you grow up.
so,
Yeah, when
dude.
you grow up.
If that was what you were doing in PE for the day, you're like, dude, I don't want to go to any other classes. We could do this till the fucking end of time, because essentially that's what capture the flag is. It's kind of your essential human anatomy, or however humans are, where that is
Physiology.
yeah,
What you're looking
that's
for.
our excitement for everyone. But you would still see those girls and sometimes dudes that would just stand there. Like, what are you doing? You're not going to participate in easily one of the funnest games that could actually be a really competitive sport in real life. But also, this is school. Like, this is not
Yeah.
real. And their whole thing was, I don't want to get sweaty for the rest of the
Yeah.
school. Like, bro,
That's why they have
what?
showers with community soap. It's the only place you don't have to buy the soap. You see some soap, you use it, right? I mean, isn't that-
That is true.
Community
And it
soap
was
is
always nice soap too. It was like lavender sometimes. That's what we had. We had the lavender soap things.
ivory or something.
You
You know,
can't be, when you're a kid, you can't be above bird bathing. Like, that's
Nah. Oh yeah, yeah.
like, who cares that much? I mean, unless you're trying to
No.
attract a wife or
Hit the pits and then maybe a little wipe the balls a few times so where the
yeah,
sweat collects there. You know,
it's all about the pheromones. You got to let them encompass you
Oh,
and everyone else.
yeah. They basically choose you. I found like when like if I knew what I knew now, like they just choose you and we're just like, okay,
Yeah,
that's it. And then the less you say,
exactly.
the better at that
That
point.
is true.
Don't
It's
say much.
it's a benefit if the smell is not everyone's going to like it, but somebody will.
That's right.
That's
The
the
right
weird
one.
thing. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. The one that makes the most sense. But
Yes.
I can't help but to think about these games like dodgeball. By the time I got out of school, it was, you were only allowed to use like those Nerf balls. They
What?
basically floated when you threw them. And
Bunch
then,
of pansies. Yeah.
yes, exactly. It took
There
away
should be at least one nosebleed in every dodgeball
for
competition.
sure. And that kid's going to play harder next time. He's going to
That's
catch
right.
that fucking
He's gonna
ball.
duck faster, or he'll catch it. Exactly. He will develop those skills. Pain is
Yeah.
a teacher.
Yep. Lessons learned through mistakes. Fred, now fucking sit down. Obviously
It's
sit
only
down. You're getting
through-
blood everywhere. Obviously sit down.
I'll play some non-copyright stuff.
All right. Is it original?
It'd be like Mary Had a Little Lamb or something.
All right.
Nobody's
So,
got copyright to that.
yeah, I would hope not. Maybe just the lamb. That was stupid.
I'll do like lamb. Lamb chops.
Lamb of God?
Ooh.
Lamb. I got nothing. What the fuck is a lamb? Is it a baby? Is that a baby sheep or a baby goat?
Lamb is a baby lamb or lamb, ain't they? Bah, baby sheep. No.
Yeah.
Ah.
I feel like that just stumped us both, because I've thought about it always. You know, something that I used to make people do when we would get high, I'd be like, hey man, try and say hello in Hawaiian or whatever they speak in Hawaii and Spanish. Like,
Let's see.
simultaneously, say them together.
What, hello in Spanish?
Yep. And then hello in Hawaii.
Aloha?
Yep. It's just
Aloha and hola. Oh,
Yep.
shit, I get it. Aloha. I don't know.
hola aloha.
Hola, aloha. Ooh, that's a good one.
I thought it was, dude, I had a buddy who, like, this is when we very first ever were introduced to weed, right? And he would barely ever smoke. But when he did, he would focus on words. he would find one word and it would just mess him up for the rest of the time we're hanging out, right? And the two words that I specifically remember is twist, like TWIST. He would just go, twist. Twist. He would just fucking do that over and over. And then the other word was vacuum. Just vacuum. What? I never understood how he could find. I don't know how he found the words, but when you started doing it, you're like, that is a fucking weird word. It 100% is strange.
What about what's some of the like? Trying to think what like. There's some words that don't really translate like from English to anything else. So then other like internet. Internet's the same and everything. It's internet. You know?
Yeah. It's international, worldwide.
Broadband.
Yeah.
I'm in this case of emotion. Yeah.
That was such a fun fucking movie. When we were kids, especially because that was when it popped off. That's when it first came around. I used to scream lines from it in the cafeteria. Just like,
I immediately regret this decision. Right? He jumps in the bear pit and he's like, I immediately regret this decision. That was my stripping. That was the story of my shipping mails, they called it. And as soon as I did, I was like, as soon as I was out there and I was dancing, and it was just a bunch of old ladies and gay dudes, and I was like, fuck, I made a mistake. For some reason in my head, I was like, no, it's gonna be cool. You know, like, it's gonna be chicks. And
right, milk was a bad choice.
Mike, you know? Yeah.
My favorite was when he was like clearing his voice. Ha 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 ha. So dumb. But if you do that in the middle of a whole bunch of people, it's much funnier because they're like, what is he doing? All right, so continuing on, we were talking about fucking games that you play in school, and I really think that there's a need for some of those games to be legit sports. Professional dodgeball, professional tag, professional. I think they do have professional tag, and definitely capture the flag because everybody gets to play it. It's an easy game to learn, and we would all have a chance of being professional athletes. Oh, what do you do for a living? I play capture the flag. It's pretty low key. Awesome. Oh yeah, we've never heard of that before. Well, you're fucking lying.
Right? I don't know. What about like what was that? With the flag football. That's a good one. Don't even need equipment for that. Just flags and football.
That's true. And it's run pretty much the same way as regular football. That's the other thing too. How come we've got all these other football leagues that have came around, like the XFL, the American Football League, things like that, and essentially they are just NFL football. That's regular football. That's not really that different. So why not try and compete against the NFL with flag football? Dude, imagine elite fucking quarterbacks that just didn't make it in the NFL playing flag football, bro.
That would be great.
Dude, shorten the field.
What about retired ones where they got to be 65 and up to play?
Same.
Like this whole league.
Not even retired, just the guys that got fucking fired from the NFL. Hey, come on over here, buddy. We're playing flag football.
I want them really old and brittle, and then you play them against young people, and they're just destroying them.
Oh, yeah.
Get flying everywhere.
Dude, you cut the field in half. That's going to double the scores because you got a guy who can throw the length of the fucking field. You get real legit wide receivers out there. And then check this out. You're not ever getting hit. So you're bringing down the number of CTE injuries. There's less concussions.
Really smart.
Guys are playing twice as hard with less of the amount of risk. So it's going to be that much more exciting. And then you can have it like this. Check this out. Here's what you do too. You implement something like a hockey rule where in hockey you see fights hockey guys fight each other, right? That's a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You should have that in flag football. They get to fight for a certain amount of time if they have
And like
to.
they could use weapons or something. Like there's a dice roll maybe or something involved. I don't know. Blindfolds.
You should make them.
You can make it fun.
You should set up like a stick on the 20-yard line, and they have to run 20 yards. They have to race each other, and whoever gets it first gets the weapon. Nobody, right? So they both have a chance to fucking beat each other's ass. Double the excitement, double the danger, less concussions. That's how we.
Double-ended dildos. It'll be double, and then they beat each other with dildos. Like double-ended
Sponsored
dildos.
by Double-Ended Dildos. Find them,
Yes.
get your 20% off discount.
That's right. And then make sure you use the code. It's the shoes. Is it the shoes for extra discount?
Yeah, either one. Because this isn't real, guys. And if you fucking find yourself at doubledildo.com using this promo code, well, don't be
And
surprised.
it doesn't work. We don't want a bad email. We don't want an angry email later.
Yeah, you definitely seem like the type of person to wipe without toilet paper. So hands off the keyboard.
Cool.
All right, so
like
the
it.
next thing I wanted to ask you, because I'm always curious about this, because I'm a huge fan of combat sports, and
What do we got?
I grew up watching the WWE, and something that's trending right now is what is it? Fucking Rey Mysterio. I don't know how much you know about Rey Mysterio or the audience, but he was a very exciting wrestler to watch. Very
Fun to watch. Yes. Short.
He did a bunch of crazy stunts. Would fight the biggest guys too, if you want to call it a fight.
Yes.
But
Undertaker.
Also, yeah, exactly.
7
Big show.
How tall was he? Like 5'5"? Just for if anybody doesn't know.
Yeah. Somewhere in that range. I would say between 5'9" and probably 5'7". But he was still just jacked, especially when he left and he came back.
Yeah.
But he was certainly one of those wrestlers that was around during my time where I was actually invested in watching the shit. But let's be honest. We got to find out who your favorite wrestler was, because I have mine and I'm always curious what everybody else thinks, because I'd imagine some of the people that really love The Rock followed him this far into his career, right?
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin for me. Like I always liked to, drink the beers,
Yes.
I always like that. This time.
And this is why we podcast together, folks, because we're a lot more alike than you would imagine. That's 100% my choice as well. He's a fucking king, dude. The rattlesnake.
Is it?
Just a beast, dude. And as soon as he left, I was like, well, wrestling's done for me.
I know. That's pretty much the same thing for me. Like, who's going to grab a beer that somebody from the crowd is throwing at him and just fucking slam it and then do fucking, elbow drop?
Exactly. And it's so bothersome. I actually, check this out. I'll tell you the story real fast. We used to practice the Stone Cold Stunner on the trampoline, right? That was the thing you did as a kid. You could Stone Cold Stunner yourself, just put your hand around your own neck, drop down, pretend to give yourself a stunner, right? Well, I had this buddy who was like 350 pounds, so he could never get on a trampoline. And for some reason, he thought he could do a better Stone Cold Stunner, self-stunner to himself. And he does the same thing, wraps his head up, right? And you know how on the trampoline, there's that blue tarp that goes all the way around it, covering the springs and the metal that creates.
Yeah. If you don't get pinched.
Yeah, he stunners himself into that and breaks his fucking nose.
Oh!
Dude, just shattered his nose. And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, because it was like he was just trying to prove that he could do a better self-stunner. And yeah, you win, bro. You broke your own nose, dude.
Dedication.
It's because it's because that blue padding.
You never fooled retard.
That blue padding that's around the fucking trampoline makes it look like it's soft because it's just covering the springs and the metal bar. But that's got a fucking metal bar underneath it, dude. It's hard as shit. Everybody's landed on it or landed in the springs. It was the worst place to be. This kid smashes his own face into it to prove a point. Like, I don't even need a trampoline, dude. I can fucking.
My brother-in-law did something very similar with us, like scope eye. He's like, you gotta be real careful with this rifle. It kicks, otherwise you give yourself scope eye. And he takes a shot and just fucking bleeding and everything. Like, really good. And I was like, so don't do that. Like, what was the whole point of your little thing there?
I feel like some of those lessons are the best learned because it's like you get a nice visual at the same time.
It was excellent. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, okay.
So here's we kind of blew past that segment because we have the same taste. We're both a fan of the man. How could you not
Yeah.
be?
Oh yeah.
I mean, even just the merchandise was better. Stone Cold Steve Austin shirts, folders, trapper keepers, just fucking everything, bro. The way he held his hands up when he was standing on the ring post, just gangster as shit. You're like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I don't ever want to see him lose. He could take a beating with the best of them, but he would give.
Blow his knees out and still, right? Just still coming back and yeah.
Dude, the intro music. Killer.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
flash
good.
shot. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, you knew all hell was about to break loose. You knew it was game
It's
time.
about to be a big time. Yeah,
You
yeah.
knew you sat down that Monday night for a reason.
Possibly somebody might get hit with a sledgehammer. You never know.
Oh, when he would come out with, dude, he was one of, put it this way, Steve Austin was one of the best at pulling off a t-shirt with jean shorts.
Right. That's a tough one to pull off, you know.
Not easy. That's a dad look.
Unless you're a hot chick. Chick, they pull it off, you know. But,
That's true. He did also
not.
have, well, here's where I messed up. He was one of the first to pull off a tucked-in T-shirt to jean shorts.
Ooh, like, yeah, the old dad look, you know. I bet he wears socks with his sandals, too. I bet.
Yep. He doesn't wear flip-flops. He wears those fucking buckle sandals for real. Like that's, yeah, there you go. He also has the quintessential dad goatee. That is your atypical dad goatee, just right around the chin and mouth, the mustache connector there. Yeah, but you have the fullness too. Me too. It's more of a beard, less of a goatee. He had the dad goatee. My fucking grandfather had one. My uncle had one. I will do everything in my life to avoid ever having that type of facial hair.
Fuck it. You never know though. You might have it though. You might have a mustache someday. I never thought I'd have the mustache. But the old like flavor, you know. Who wants a mustache, right?
Yeah, I was very fearful of it myself. Like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking have a mustache. It's so weak. Just the mustache, not into it.
Either you look like a cop or a child molester. It's hard to pull off, really, and not look like that.
It's a thin line. It's a thin left or right turn to be one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, you got your sweet handlebar mustaches that is pretty, time and place for those. You can't really.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to bring them back as some sort of novelty. But it's like, hey, man, you still look creepy.
And the hatchets, right? The hatchets.
Oh, yeah.
The hatchet mixed with the handlebar. Ooh, some hatchets and the handlebar. That would probably happen. Yeah.
That's a guy who slicks his hair back with real ease. He goes right up to bacon breakfast, and there's his hair gel. So we talked about wrestling. We talked about your adventures. We talked about awesome games as a kid. And dude, I'm telling you right now, I fucking miss it, because if there was ever a time to be competitive in gym class, it was when you played those games, because everybody would play basketball separately. Everybody would play football separately. Not everything. Everybody would play capture the flag. Even the people that hated it.
Or like whenever they did like track stuff, you know how when they did like shot put, I always like stuff like that, or like, because it's like finally the fat kid who can't run, they got time to shine, like shot put or javelin or something,
Certainly do something, and to involve yourself and be like, look, I do have skills, okay?
Yes. I don't have to avoid gym class like the plague, just because I got a few extra. This baby fat I ain't runned off yet.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about school, is it's like that's the age you are where you're not even fully developed, but people already have a thing about you. Like, this is what I don't like about you. It's like, dude, I'm not even me yet. So okay. The next thing I did want to bring up to you, because it's pretty interesting, and I don't know how much you paid attention to this band, but if you know any of the details, it's pretty surprising. But apparently, My Chemical Romance is making a return.
Nice.
Now, if you know the history of them,
Gerard, or what's his
yes,
name?
Gerard
the-
Way. Now, to my knowledge, him and his brother had like a beef. That's why they weren't doing anything, and they quit fucking making music, was because of a family quarrel. And it's been years. And now they're
Right.
coming back. How crazy. What a weird
I
time.
think I heard on the radio. Yeah. Like
What
the
do-
Black Parade, right?
Yep. How's it fucking go? One day I'll see you, a phantom, living. That's all you really got to do. Eventually, you can just get into doing that, and it sounds like the song. Like that's pretty much what it
It's kind of
was.
whiny. Yeah, it's kind of whiny emo. Like you sound like you want to cut yourself so bad.
Yeah. It's like
No one understands.
we're not metal enough to just like fight you. We're just gonna attack ourselves.
Yes. Right.
Someone's getting hurt in here, and it's probably gonna be me. So,
That's right. I'll hate
Dude,
on you. Watch
that's
out.
the best guy to take with you to a bar. Like the dude that gets drunk and talks shit but only threatens to hurt himself. He's like, keep fucking it up. Keep fucking with me, bro. I'm gonna throw myself out this window. Keep it up. Like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Because then
Bump
you're
up my hand
just
with my own face. I will break a knuckle.
yeah, just smashes a bottle on his own head. Like, go ahead, I'll do it again. Wait, what? Because now you're disarmed. You're like, I can't even attack this guy. He's kicking his
You're
own
paying
ass.
attention now, ain't you? You guys got to have to put a bottle in his face.
Yeah. Fucking bleeding out of his forehead. All
Ooh,
right,
those head wounds were really bad too.
yeah. Speaking of which, let me tell you this weird story, bro. All right, so
Alright.
there's been a couple times in my life where I was dragged to a party, meaning that I didn't have the party, nor was I like the main invitee, right? I ended up being with somebody, and they took me to a party, and I ended up just being there, okay? It's only happened a couple times. Now, one of these times, I was very specific with telling my buddy, I was like, dude, I don't want to go. This sounds fucking lame.
Yeah.
So,
Sausage fest.
yeah, lo and behold, I end up there. We end up at the party. Now, I distinctly remember we just got there, and we're sitting at this table. It's the table literally like fits the size of the room. It was a small, like the room was open, but where the table was, it was like wedged into that part of the house, right? So you had to actually walk around it. Pulling chairs out were really crazy because it was a tall table, and the chairs were like bar stools. So I'm sitting at the end of this table, and there's a window at the other end of the table behind my buddy, okay? And two people are sitting on each side of us. Now, this is fucking weird because the kid's house that it was, he's the one that invited us. Some dude comes up to him, and he he hands him this fucking beer bottle, and he goes, break this over my head. We're like, what? What?
Just some random guy that was at the party?
Dude, I didn't know any of these people. I was just there, okay?
And he's your friend?
No, I didn't know any of them. My buddy was friends with him. So I was like way third party. I didn't know any of these fucking dudes besides my friend who brought me there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I wasn't friends with any of these people. Didn't know if they knew each other. None of that shit. I didn't really, I only knew that it was his house because my friend brought me to his house. So that's why I knew it was like, okay, this is Alex. This is his house. This dude must know him. This must be a gag.
Oh, yeah, it's probably sugar glass, right?
Something along the lines of like, oh, haha, that's really funny, and then just the guy walks off. But instead, this Alex dude grabs the bottle from him and fucking throws it at his fucking head, bro. Right here, the whole front. Just throws it at him, and all you hear is ting, loud as possible. And I see it hit the dude in the head, and I just have my hand out, like in front of me, as it hits him in the head, bro, and the bottle doesn't break, but it flips and lands in my fucking hand.
No
off of his
way.
head, on everything, bro. I couldn't make this up.
Yeah, no,
Hits him in
doesn't
the-
break as easy as people think. Yeah.
When it didn't break, we were all, I couldn't move. All of us were like, that didn't fucking break? What the fuck? And also, why did he do that? Because, listen, it happens so fast where he literally throws the bottle at his head and then starts punching him.
Oh.
Yeah, the dude, remember I told you, the guy comes up, says, here, man, break this on my head. So the dude takes the bottle, hits him in the head, and then starts beating his ass. We're like,
you
what?
can't ask me to fucking break a bottle over your head. Yeah, fucker.
I don't know. What was the issue? Was he like upset because the bottle didn't break? And he's
Yeah.
like, well,
You gave me that fake glass, like that. Yeah, you gave me that fucking. What is it?
because wouldn't it make more sense if the kid who got the bottle hit on his head to start hitting the kid who did it instead of vice versa? That doesn't add up.
Pretty hard there. Yeah, they rolled pretty hard there.
Because that's an opportunity most don't get. Most people don't get a guy who says, hey, man, break this bottle over my head. It'll be fine. You can do it without any recourse. You don't get that opportunity. And it gets, it gets given to you in this rare moment, and you take advantage to the point of fighting the kid, because not only does it land in my hand unbroken, he's hitting him, the kid starts to fight back, and then we're all standing up. We break him apart, and we convince him to finish fighting outside. Mind you, the one kid's head is fucking bleeding already, bro. Like he's
the head wounds, man. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this one on my forehead. It's like it's probably not bright enough. Get a little light on that one right somewhere there. Hang on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Similar situation.
Well, like one of those, like I was sleeping, old lady went through my phone. I woke up with the head wound. You know, like that happens. You know.
Yeah, that does happen, I suppose, during Andrew Adventures.
Man, it was too. It was nuts. I woke up like blood all over. Let's see if we can. Too bright almost. Let's see. It's up there, big ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's nuts, though.
I don't know.
Head wounds are never fun.
Here or something.
I'm only laughing at this because, like, I feel like you would react differently if you knew these people. Like, if I would have known either one of these guys, like, legitly, I would have acted differently, because when they got outside, bro, I started coaching. I coached the one kid to fucking finish him. The kid who, the kid who,
he's gonna cry and he's gonna say, "Stop! You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going."
Bro, it was just the weirdest fucking night I ever had. I was like, and I've never seen those people again, ever. I'm like, what the fuck did I find and those are some of the funnest nights. Like, you just gotta say yes. Just go do it. Live your life. Have some fun. And nothing happened to me. Felt good about it. You know, I felt like a MMA coach.
As long as you don't get an STD, it's all gravy. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. You know.
I got to see the real effects of a real glass bottle being thrown at somebody's head. Doesn't break most of the time.
No. I broke one over someone's head once. It is very satisfying. I would recommend it. Like 5 out of 5 for you know, for as far as satisfying goes.
That's also a scare tactic too that people will use in bar situations.
My beer,
well, they'll smash a bottle on the ground or something.
My beer bomb story. Like well, you break it to get it sharp, I guess. You know, you break the end off
that
of it.
Too,
So
yes.
But like, so I'm in the backseat of the '68 Cutlass, right? Fucking is my ex-fiance, and was fucking the hell out of her, having a good time. And then dude's beating on the garage door. That's my buddy's house, not my house. I just, you know, everybody's passed out, I thought. So I answered the door, you know, I didn't even finish. I pull out, I put on some clothes. I put on some boxers, really. And I open the door. Dude starts, like, pushing me and, like, yelling at me and stuff. Like, you know, wants to fight, whatever. He's pushing me and swinging on me. And I ducked, dipped. One of the times I ducked down, I seen a bottle. It was after he knocked my glasses off my face. I couldn't see. So I grabbed the bottle as I'm going up, just right over in his eye, I guess. Guess he had to go, like, to the hospital, he had glass in his eye. But end of the fight, pretty much. It was over with after that. You know,
I would imagine.
Broken. It was very satisfying. But then later on, you know, there's a flip side. Dude was crying. He was like, I guess he was having a bad night. I didn't even know the dude. It wasn't fucking his lady. It was, you know, had nothing to do with us.
Right.
Dude was just having a bad night. You know.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing with you gotta know your audience. Know who you're gonna come swinging on, motherfucker.
I got a survival. Yeah, I got a little bit of a survival. You know, like. Yeah.
Sometimes you catch a bottle, brah. Sometimes you catch a bottle.
I shouldn't have swung on me, you know. Not when I had pussy waiting for me, you know, at least, you know.
Right.
Have a little courtesy.
Yeah, have some damn respect.
common courtesy.
You want to hear a 4-word joke that I came up with?
Let's hear it.
Russian roulette, game 2. Okay, now explain why that's funny.
Why that's funny? Because yeah, Russian roulette. You're someone dies. Like,
Yeah. Who's playing a second game? Who's
Yeah.
playing?
You can take a fucking pistol shot to the
Dude,
dome. And
there's already
like,
a
all right,
dead
run it
guy at the
back, run
table.
it
He's
back.
already sitting there. There's a dead man, and you're like, well, I mean, I guess fucking load it again, right?
Right.
Like,
Maybe if there's like a misfire or something, or something in the barrel, maybe.
well, the way I
Jam.
was picturing it is like they played the first game because now there's a dead guy, and somebody's like, well, I guess let's just continue. I mean, get another
Yeah.
bullet and spin that motherfucker around. We'll just move Jeff out of the way.
Yeah, fucking Jeff.
Yeah, he fucking he's the first one to pick up the gun. Fucking first shot. You think we're not gonna keep playing? Like Ginger, we came here.
Yeah.
We came here for a great night. Yes,
Yeah.
Jeff is dead already, and we didn't get a chance to play. That's what I'm saying. I came here for the excitement and the fun. I'm upset now.
That's memory. We have to play.
For Jeff would
Jeff
want
would
us.
want us
He
to
would be
play.
upset that he got shot already. I mean, that's Jeff for you guys. Would he not want us to continue? I think he would. Margaret, you agree? She's like she's like shaking. She's just, yeah. I mean, I guess. All right, you're going
Better
first.
agree.
Margaret. You're going first because of that fucking negative attitude. Give her the gun, Dan.
That's right. We'll put another bullet in just because of you, Margaret.
Fucking. Yeah, Margaret ends up because it's like we're pretend it's a movie and she's like the only one that survives. She's the end of the movie is just her putting it to her head again. Game 9. And she's like,
Yeah.
click. I survived. Now I'm fucking traumatized forever.
Forever.
I feel like we're dragging these bits into the mud. Like there's real high parts, and then we just keep going with it, with the same.
Yeah, you gotta the yin and the yang. You gotta have the.
That's
rock
true.
bottom.
That hey,
Yeah,
maybe that's the name of the episode, the yin and in the yang.
yin and the yang. I like it.
Here's my analogy when it comes to the yin and the yang.
Okay, what you got?
I basically look at it as you have to expect the bad with the good and the good with the bad. That being said, it's like having a red Lamborghini. The upside, you got an amazing car. You obviously have enough money to afford it. But the downside, you have to pay insurance for it, and it's more expensive because it is a sports car and it's red. So there's the good and the bad. Yes, this is a great car. Yes, I can't drive it very often. So there's always pros and cons with everything. No matter what it is, there's good and bad. Even in the worst situations, there's still inklings of good.
Silver linings.
Yes, that is the our proverbs for today. Our parables. Andrew 14, chapter 31. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are not only speaking on. Just fucking. My bits are going in, dude. I feel good.
Now the Lord says you can figure, but never assume. Makes an ass out of you and me.
I'm the guy who I'll be like the hype guy who comes in. I'll take one word. Now see, configure. You can figure, configure, to construct, understanding the meaning behind it all. Configured it out. You see, and then you come back in with real knowledge, and I just try to flip it for the slower people on the far side.
A little bit some layman's
They're like,
terms.
oh, that's what it is. People that snap when they got it. Yeah, that's fucking. That's what he meant.
Little light bulbs going off everywhere.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Just but we separate them, dude. How scary would that be to just start running our own fucking church? Because it's easy. It's not hard to start your own religion. It's also very easy to start your own church and get people to start building your church. I mean, it's happened more often than we can think.
Tithing, right? They love that 10%. Give me your check. You're working hard for your money.
Yep.
I'll take some.
Yes. Take it right out.
The Lord wants you to give it to me.
What is that voice, too? There's always a real strict voice that goes with those guys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like, where are you from? Welcome
Right.
to the congregation, folks. Like it's smooth. It's like southern kind of, but also like not far south. Maybe Kentucky.
Yeah, Tennessee.
There you go. Even very interesting, very entertaining. And speaking of travel, new Batman has started production, and I
Ooh,
think that's Roberts Pattinson, Robert
he's the new Batman.
Patchinston. What's his name? Heath Ledger. Oh,
No, he died.
that's true.
No, Christian Bale, isn't it?
No, Robert
No,
Pattinson.
the Twilight guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He got to be fucking a Dracula and now a bat. So it's all just coming
He's
full
gonna be
circle.
Batman. He's more like a Robin, I'd say. He'd be more like a better Robin.
Hey, you don't look very much like you ride a motorcycle. You look more like a sidecar type of guy.
Yeah. You're like the guy who's gonna be getting my coffee, getting
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah. Do you need anything else? How can I help you? No, go sit down.
Like Batman should have like, why don't these superheroes have like assistants? I guess Iron Man does.
That's true. Also his wife. Boodum.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll be here all week, every week.
Joe.
Dude, my favorite part about all of your backgrounds in the video versions is it always looks like you took the advice from Heat, I believe it is, with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, where he says, "Fucking if it's something that you can't leave behind in 30 seconds, whatever the fuck that line is." It looks like you're ready to just bolt at any moment. Like I could just grab these cans of vegetables, one of these totes, bro, and I'm good for about 6 to 8 months. Fucking that's how you. This is Andrew versus Wild, 100%. And then
Sometimes you never know, right?
yeah, dude, I've been in basements like this. I've had many friends with basements like it.
Cold War is still going on. Like, there's still they never said Russia never gave up. You know,
Dude,
like they never quit.
That's a
Nobody
character you
took the
should
white flag.
be right there. That's the guy. That's the guy you should do. Just a guy who thinks that all of the wars are still happening.
Yes. Now, who's to say that Germany ain't gonna take revenge for all that whole liberating their country stuff?
You think Hitler's not still alive? Boy, you're crazier than a grape in a cherry pie. I don't know. Is that a saying? That is crazy.
You know what?
And you're welcome.
Conspiracy theories make me happier than a possum rolling in his own stink.
Oh, okay, so you know what?
Dan Rather, that's what it was.
We
Dan
have
Rather.
a beautifully common trend within each episode. I feel like we mention the wilderness more often than not. We've talked about possums many times. Now we're coming into real bits where we're transitioning into characters. What was my character? What did I do earlier? That was pretty good. I can't remember now. That's how good that's how good it should be. Unmemorable.
Yes, like you black out. Like you black out.
What? Where was I? What
It's
happened?
authentic. You're like, oh, you went full retard, wasn't it? Did you go full retard? Was it?
It was something involving that. I would imagine. I'll end up listening to it back and be like, wow, we were really on in this episode. I'm happy that we were. You got headphones now. That's fucking. It's.
Well, I had. Oh yeah. I do have it.
It's sometimes hard to acknowledge one's successes, but when you can physically see it, such as your headphones, you just know we're doing well.
Victory.
Victory.
Score one.
Growth in all things.
Oh, that mission accomplished. There I am.
All right,
There
so
he is.
I was just talking to you about Batman. We mentioned Batman there for a second.
Okay.
You know how I also was mentioning how we talked about possums. Well, I had this plan to circle back to do a callback to our first episode in which we mentioned Steve Gutenberg because I was thinking, how would Steve Gutenberg have been as Batman?
Nice.
Maybe not.
I think he'd be pretty good.
Because I feel like him and Michael Keaton are similar.
Ooh, man, yeah, he was the best Batman too, wasn't he? He was a good one.
You're saying Michael Keaton?
I mean, he was no Val Kilmer. I mean, he was no Val Kilmer, but he
I'll
did all right.
I'll say this. I have not seen a bad one. Because that's how
No.
impartial I am to Batman himself. Don't care enough to care who plays him. I just think he's a
Right.
superhero, and if the movie falls where it falls, then it's supposed to be that way. You're going to like it or not. I mean, The
That's
Dark
what,
Knight isn't good because Christian Bale is a great Batman. It's good because it's a fucking phenomenal story, and you have such a great antagonist in the Joker in Heath Ledger. That's why it's good. No one watches
yeah.
that and says, fucking, that movie's so good because Christian Bale's awesome. No, it's because Heath Ledger and the story is great. Why do you think the other ones that didn't feature Heath Ledger and only featured Christian Bale didn't do as well? Because you went for Heath Ledger's Joker. That's why. And that's obvious.
Damn.
But when you look back at all the Batmans, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, and even further back where nobody, who even cares anymore, the interest for me
Sean
is always
Connery. He was a good
Sean
Batman. Oh,
Sean
that's
Connery?
Bond. Yeah, he was the
Okay.
James Bond.
I was gonna say that'd be crazy. He would be an interesting one too. Get your little, hello, I am Batman. Is that?
Yeah,
This
and
is
then he
this
definitely
is Sean
sleep with.
Connery. I am Batman. I don't know what
Pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, I thought I've done it before, but I am. I've swallowed a few sheep today, so the throat is dry. You know, when I performed my first concert, doing vocals, I had cotton mouth beyond belief, bro, and I had to scream. I asked this little kid who was on stage before we started for his water, but he wasn't into it. So I did my whole first show with Cottonmouth. Fun stuff.
Damn. It does sound lame, man.
Hey, and it sounded pretty good too.
Cottonmouth. Did it?
Yeah.
Was it? That was a punk band. Was it a punk band or
Metal. So I was growling and
metal?
screaming. Yeah, very heavy.
Ooh, that's hard to do with the
Yeah,
throat.
I
It's
would
hard on.
say. I got to
Yeah.
experience it in front of my grandfather, who is now dead.
Wait, he survived Hitler to watch your shitty band or not?
Ooh, yeah. I like your style. Somebody had to fill the crowd.
That's right. Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah, dude. Somebody who gets it, and he's like,
He
"Oh,
probably
that."
got some food thing after the show, you know, right?
He's like that. That young boy is using the bass guitar wrong side, the wrong way up. I don't. Grandpa, shut up. Back in your cage.
Back in your cage, Grandpa.
All right. Another thing I wanted to bring up is apparently Brad Pitt was at an Oscars party, and he wore a name tag because
He did?
wouldn't. Yeah, dude, you wouldn't recognize him or anything.
No. That's crazy.
It is. It's bothersome. What are you trying to say, man? Hey guys, this is funny, right?
What is
Because
it?
everybody
Did
knows
it have a fake name or was it his name?
it was his name, to my knowledge. And you
Mhm.
know, I have great sources. I got people on the scene. I got people out there walking the beat.
I like it.
We need to start bringing back really old sayings, man. I'm so sick of fucking words today. I'm so sick of saying fucking. I wish I could just fill that in with another word. But it's
Yeah.
but it has the same intent, right? Like
Fuck.
Huh?
Fuck does?
I mean, that has its own intent. I'm saying let's replace that with something old-timey that has the same intent. Like it just reinvigorates the
shut.
next word.
Tarnation or
This tarnation poop. I don't know. What is even
Yeah.
happening? Where am I going with this? Doesn't matter. None of this matters. So Jeffrey Epstein, he was, and then that's when you find out that your hair's going gray. And you're like, boy, it's just for men, right?
Decent.
Dude, oh man, I had this bit that I was gonna work on where it's like an anti-joke where it's like the obvious part of a joke, but then I fall out of it. I misdirect hard, but I can't think of what it is now. It's one of those, oh, I'm just coming out of the bathroom. This is an interesting joke. Forgot.
This would be an interesting joke, but I'm gonna kill it.
It's like, hey man, you remember when? And then everybody was happy and high-fiving in the playgrounds.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?